What's up, guys? Tonight, we're going to be talking about some very exciting news. A Hot Toys figure was finally announced. This character has been around for multiple movies at this point, and so the moment I saw this announcement, I was completely excited, completely shocked because there are many characters at this point, and finally they're going to be released. Hopefully, but it looks like they are. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for being here. Flavio, what's up? Thank you for being here today.
What's up, Fab? Thank you again for having me tonight. What's going on, everybody?
All right, man. What did you think about the announcement when you saw it?
Man, I think it was a long-awaited announcement. I think a lot of people were anticipating this one, so it's kind of awesome that they finally revealed it.
What did you expect the figure to be released or announced at least?
Absolutely. I think the only thing that um, kind of surprised me was how long it took. You know what I mean? I thought we would have already seen it, being though as we seen the other two releases, the other two announcements made already. I was expecting them to just do them, boom, 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 back to back.
Let me say hello to the people in the chat. Let's see who's here right now. We have Insane One. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. We have Thule. Thule, what's going on? Lahada, thanks for being here. Oh, he's gonna be on. He's gonna be on. He's always demanding. He's always demanding me to do more stuff. And when I tell him he's gonna be invited, he's like, "I'm good." He goes, "I'm too ghetto."
Oh, hey, man.
So he's gonna be invited soon. DTR man, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Let's see who else is in here. Lahada released the Korg. Yeah, I think. Well, third party made Korg. He looks pretty good actually. So hopefully, Hot Toys will announce him as well at some point. All right, so we're gonna get right into it, guys. Very excited about this figure. I again, very unexpected. I knew it was coming. It had to come again. She's been in many movies, at this point, and it would be an injustice for her not to be included in the Hot Toys, lineup for at least for the movie Love and Thunder, Thor: Love and Thunder. So here we go. All right, so right off the bat, what do you think?
Man, for me, I think the likeness is like pretty much almost 80%. I love the pop of colors, the
All right, so
tailoring.
Stop right there. 80%. What is off? What's the other 20% that you need?
I mean, I don't even say 80%. The only reason that I say 80 is just because that's like, I feel like that's a good base number for me when the likeness is pretty good. I always say this is the prototype still. So you know what I mean? There's just a finishing polish on it. Let's just put it there. That's the other 20%. I think it's pretty much, it looks good to me. I haven't really seen any comments on this at all, honestly. Like I haven't had the time to look at seeing what people have been saying about the head sculpt and what they think. But I think it looks really good. Some people might say that, the likeness isn't there just because it looks like the glare that she's giving is kind of like making her under her cheeks kind of a little puffy, and in certain angles in the movie her face wasn't like that, you could say, but I think it looks good.
Well, what about the accessories? What do you think about the accessories?
Man, I the only thing like that's what I was thinking of too. Aragorn, like that's the only thing that I'm wondering if we're gonna see. Like, you know what I mean? Are we gonna see Aragorn? Like that would be an awesome pair to have her. I think so, I don't know what company made it's a third party company that made Aragorn going with their Valkyrie, but I think
you're talking about the Pegasus, the horse?
Right. Yeah. I thought we would have seen that maybe, or like a separate release, but as a creature like we've seen with the with the blurred. You know what I mean? Everybody's craving over the blurred, but I think the accessories are dope. You get the Zeus's lightning bolt. You get
Thunder.
her daggers. You get the portable speaker. The only thing that I kind of wish but it's a small piece though as well. But I kind of it would have been crazy to see the portable speaker actually change light, like when she did in that scene when she was playing the music in the hospital.
Now you're asking for too much. I think actually she looks pretty spot on, believe it or not. I mean,
she looks dope.
No, yeah, you have to understand the prototypes are always the best ones. If anything, they'll mess up from here. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to get that much better unless they kind of messed her up to begin with. I think she's, like I said, I'll give her, at this point right now, she's a 9 to a 9.5. No complaints at all whatsoever. I think that, the accessories, the thunder, the daggers. I think the outfit is great. Now we're getting from Hot Toys the wired cape, so you could pose them, however you want, which is awesome. I actually pulled up. Look at that pose. She looks beautiful.
That looks amazing. The the seamless arms, dude.
I was just gonna say that. So you were talking about when you saw the body? What did you say to me?
I thought the body. Honestly, I think for me, these are the best seamless arms that I've seen since I started collecting. And I don't know if they've done like seamless arms way back then. That's what I was telling you earlier today. But dude, look at the musculature. Like all the definition is there. Like I think on my like Ahsoka, it lacked so much definition compared to this. Also, a couple of the other releases that we've seen or announcements that we've seen, female announcements. I don't think the definition has been this defined. Like it looks dope. And there's another picture in this slide where they show the bent arm and the elbow from the back. It looks like a real elbow, dude. It's cool. And I was also telling you, I don't know if many people noticed, but I think this is the first time that Hot Toys has figured out the application of tattoos on seamless arms, because she has a tattoo on her forearm.
Yep. We're going to get to that. So just want to say what's up, big dog. Woo! Your turn.
Woo!
Thanks for being here. So very true. Actually, compared to the Ahsoka body. So number one, let's just get into the whole seamless arm thing. All right, we know everybody wants seamless arms for everything. That's unrealistic. Not every figure deserves seamless bodies. I personally think, for whatever reason, females, though, they always look amazing with seamless arms. Why? I don't know. That's my opinion. I think they look beautiful. They don't need to be muscular. They don't need to be bulky. So I think that any female unless it's not like a She-Hulk, obviously. Right. But I think any female, even this body, like you said, you could see the muscle tone on there. You could see, look right here, guys. Right here on the forearm. Look at that. It looks like there's muscle there. Look at the shoulder. That's muscle tone right there. I think that's the first time I've seen that in my opinion. I think that I haven't seen that before. Like I said, the Ahsoka was just literally the same thickness. The same thickness all around. There was no different shapes of muscle. There was there was nothing different about the entire arm. So the fact that you're bringing that up is a very good catch, because again, I've never seen that. I don't think they've ever done anything like this. But again, it's perfectly accurate for the character, because she's very muscular. She's very toned, at least. So that was a good point. Go ahead.
But no, like I was gonna say, like even like the Scarlet Witch releases, like I don't think they've done like seamless arms for. I don't know who else. There's another female. I don't know if there's an announcement that's been recent somehow, but I don't know if they're. But like, look at that. Look at her elbow right there. Look at it's like you can see the tendon popping through, like you would like right here on your elbow.
Yep,
it's crazy.
Yep. Deflex Zone has a question. Do y'all collect? I don't Personally, I don't. I love them. I think they're beautiful. Really cool. I've seen really cool statues. I personally don't. If I got into that game, forget it. I don't think I ever will, because believe me, I already have enough 1/6 and 1/4, which the 1/4s I didn't want to get involved in. Here I am. I have like between 6 to 8 right now. So no, thank you. But thank you for being here. You have any statues?
Me, I do not personally. I'm not opposed to statues, but I just like for me, one, I fell in love with Hot Toys just because of the articulation. I'm more of a fan of like posing and stuff like that. I like how static the poses can be for statues, but I haven't gotten into that, and I don't know if I will.
No, the statues are cool. Like some have really cool dynamic, poses too. So that's the cool thing. But no,
Space
I
is
don't
another
think,
thing.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I don't. He has another question. You think the elbow will wear out over too much? Well,
Any, any,
it all depends on what. Go ahead. You start. Go ahead.
I think it's just like any other seamless body or any other hot toy. Like, you know what I mean? Just be careful with your posing. Don't leave them in long, strenuous poses for a long time, and I think you should be all right.
I think exactly what he said, but also it's all about the temperature and how you keep the room, where your collection is, because what affects these figures, specifically seamless, causes them to dry out and crack, are number one, the extreme articulation that you force on it. Number two, if you're too humid or you're too dry or you're too hot, over time, it just nature. You know what I mean? So you got to be very careful with how you keep those figures. Thank you for your question. But yeah, so like you said, the elbow looks that looks like a real person right there. Really, really nice. Again, I think that's the first time we've seen that. If we have another figure like that, I don't remember. I have, Black Widow. Her elbows are usually covered. Like you said, Scarlet Witch. I don't remember. Maybe for the new movies, because I know one. I think she has she just has the she has the gloves covering up to half of like her forearm. So we'll see that. So I'm assuming that's going to happen for her as well. But I think because of the skin tone, it might look a little different. You know what I mean? It won't be so obvious because remember she's supposed to be darker. So that's the one thing. But man, she looks amazing. Look at that outfit. Look at the hair. The hair is so detailed, man. It's like what was the Star Wars figure? The woman, not
Sister.
Casca Reeve? No.
Third Sister.
Casca Reeve, not that one. The one before.
Oh, sorry.
Casca Reeve or not Casca Reeve? What's the other one? Yeah, Casca. It is Casca Reeve. Yeah, so the hair, they're getting very intricate with the hair. Yes, the third sister with the braids. She's, these look really, really nice too.
She has a lot of like detail also as well, like almost like on the side of her hair, you can see the sculpt in lines.
Yep, look at the muscle tone, man. That's like the one thing. Look at the shoulder. And you mentioned the tattoo. That was the first thing you mentioned, right?
Yeah, because I kept looking at the picture. I was like so like hell-bent on the arms, like in the definition themselves. But then I looked, I was like, oh, there's a tattoo. Like this is the start. Like this for me right here, this is the innovation that I'm falling in love with Hot Toys. Like this goes to show to you that they could have just released any seamless arm and they could have just did away with that. But
you would have
never noticed. But they're trying their best to change what they do with the same kind of materials that they have on their hands right now. And they gave us a tattoo. So that goes back, that like my first thought with that goes back to when people were talking about, oh man, why did that Clone Wars Maul like come out so mangled with that like joint? They could have made him seamless arms, and people were like, oh, you couldn't make seamless arms because of his tattoos. But like they can do that now. They've already showed that they can.
Yes and no. I think, can they do it? Yes. Will it be perfect? No. So I think they're testing it out with smaller details like this to see how long it'll last, to see how long it'll take for people to start complaining about it. Because the moment that starts, something starts happening to that tattoo,
fading or something,
it'll be all over the groups. This peeled off, this came off, whatever they decide to do. decided to do. 808, what's up, man? Thanks for being here.
I think I think they're onto something though, little by little. It's not an overnight thing, but it's gonna. They're coming.
They're testing it out. Do you guys mess with toys? No, deflex on, absolutely not. And so so I think that's what they're doing. I think they're testing that out, and I think they're using this as a guinea pig to see specifically the type of texture that body has, which is a seamless. Because I think on a regular body, I think you could do it. I think you could pull it off. But I think it's this material that makes it, number one, look more natural. Because remember, this is supposed to be like real skin. There's no exposed joints for it to be like, oh, this looks fake. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, like, dude, even think about it. Like, think about like that. The Days of Future Past Wolverine. Imagine if there was a way that Hot Toys could make like that upper half of the ab crunch like seamless from the body up, just the arms, and they make Wolverine's, Hugh Jackman's like actual like hair like on his chest. If they master this, like this, anything is possible to me now.
No, anything. At this point right now, as of today, anything's possible. Anything has always been possible, in my opinion, for Hot Toys. I think that they wait for the perfect time to give us things. But I think, like, for example, this wasn't done overnight. They've been doing this for a long time. They've been practicing and working things out before they hit the market.
And I think that's why the head sculpt is so good, because what other reason, why wouldn't we have seen it come out before these other announcements that we've seen? I mean, yeah, maybe Hot Toys always does that weird thing that they just do it whenever they want. But we already have the Jane Foster Mighty Thor, and we already have the Thor from Love and Thunder. They've already announced them both. This is like, to me, this looks better than the other two. I mean, and that's only to say because of the Mighty Thor, we haven't seen the full face, but like you said before, it's already done as well.
And it's a good point. I'm going to bring up the Mighty Thor's body to have a little comparison, and I could guarantee you,
it's not. That's what I was thinking. That was the one.
And I'm telling you, I don't think because of the skin tone, I don't think if it is the same type of body, I don't think you'll be able to tell because of the skin tone. The skin tone is what's changing the way the muscles look. That's and actually, true. Now that we're on that topic, I'm going to do that right now because hold on, let me see. Because I think we're going to be able to see
the difference here.
The difference right away. Let's see. Where is she?
Right there.
No. This is all.
Oh no, you're right.
Brands right here.
There she is.
Yeah, see, look. So it is muscular, but it's not. You can't really see. See, there it is.
But it's covered up, I guess, with the gauntlet.
Well, no, right here. Look at the shadow of what's supposed to be the muscle. So I think, see, there she is. She's muscular too. So it's the same exact body. But again, you don't see it because of the skin tone. Look at the muscle.
You're right.
Yes, the same body. So there you go. So, they started using these bodies for the females for that reason. They look. Terrio, what's up? Thank you for being here.
It looks so good.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's not something new. Andrew James, what's up, man? So it's not something new. And like I said, they don't start doing these things just overnight. Like they take years or months at least to develop these bodies. You know what I mean? You can't all of a sudden just say, "Oh, here, put this together," and then we'll show it. Impossible.
This isn't overnight.
They have to make sure that these things, are going to work for the figure, look nice for the figure, and for them to be able to not have any backlash from the community when they show things like this. Look at her. Look at that close-up. So another thing I did was, so I got a close-up comparison of the actual actress and to compare with this. So look at this.
Who was Tessa Thompson, right?
Yeah. Look at this. Tell me that's not
she looks
spot
on.
Look at that. That is 100% there.
That's like one of the. I think that's like one of the most like spot on head sculpts that we've seen in a minute.
That's why I was like, when you said 80%, I was like, where's the other 20? I was like, what are you talking about?
Right, just only because I say that again, only because of the prototype. It's gonna get even better than that. Like if you ask me. but
look at that. She looks perfect.
amazing.
Look at that.
The lips as well, like
again, the prototypes. I think the prototypes are always going to be the best, and if anything, it'll be downhill from here. But like I said earlier, if for whatever reason the prototype is not that good, then that's when he gets better. It gets better from the prototype.
I do agree with that.
Her lip gloss is she looks really 100%. He's 100% right. She looks beautiful. She looks beautiful. I have no complaints about anything regarding this figure whatsoever. The outfit I love. Her face is perfect. Look at that. You know how sick they're gonna look together?
All together, and look at like how the hair extends down.
Yeah, look how long it is. Yep. And you know that's gonna be a magnetic piece right there because that's where you're gonna put the Korg face.
Smart.
Yeah, right there. That comes right off, and then you put the Korg's face right in the back. Look at the muscle tone in here. Same thing. Same.
Yeah, they actually showed it right there. I didn't even notice it.
That's same exact body. So there you go. So they're using the same bodies for these muscular women.
Dude, even like Thor's arms, like the definition in his arms are dope too. Like they're just, I think they're getting better with their seamless arms, little by little.
I mean, again, Hot Toys. There's no, sky's the limit for Hot Toys.
There's no cap for them.
Yeah, they're always gonna improve and get better and better and better. That's why it's always funny to me when people, when companies like Inart come out with a figure and oh my God, Hot Toys is dead. Like you're out of your mind. You know what I mean?
There's
like
no way. They've been doing it for too long, man. There's no way that they're just gonna go night.
Yeah, exactly. Makes no sense. Look at this, man. Look at the poses. Look at the type of poses you could get.
And that's another thing. Like it's got really good articulation so far. I mean, the only thing that concerns me about the suit is her like chest plate part in the top. You're gonna get most of your articulation from the lower hip, like from the hips. You know what I mean? Not up top. So.
And look at this. How sick is that?
That looks awesome, man.
I would have never. And
they didn't even have to do that. They didn't have to do that.
Exactly. If you said to me, "Is Hot Toys coming out with Valkyrie?" I would have said, "Absolutely, yeah." Are they going to make this? I would have been like, probably not.
And do you think like now I wasn't even thinking about that at all today. And this just hit me. Like, do you think this is like a little sizzle reel for Korg? Like, do you think we can possibly see a Korg in the future?
I mean, I think Hot Toys hints at things sometimes with accessories and stuff. So do I put it past them to not make it? I think they're going to make it. I think if they're going to make it, they're going to make it for this movie because of the fact that, he was already in the other movie as well.
Right.
He was in Endgame, which a lot of people don't even talk about. So he's been in a few movies already. So I think he's coming. Same thing with Wong. Wong has been in how many movies by now? Since Doctor Strange 1, he's been in.
Yeah, they have to like give these guys their flowers.
And now he's even on the TV show She-Hulk. Right. So he's coming. He's 1,000,000,000% coming, guys. So don't think he's not. A third-party company made him. He looks so bad. I think he could have been a lot better.
Right.
But I'm not buying that. By the way, that third-party one, I'm not buying at all. You think will be a buzz with their? No, I don't think that. I think they're too expensive, and if Hot Toys is making something, I feel like it's up to the person, obviously. But me personally, if Hot Toys, for example, the Batman, they came out with the Batman, I'm not buying the Batman from them for $1,000 for three. Absolutely not. So if you guys, whoever likes it, go ahead. It's it's going to be just a different take on the same character. It's going to be a different company making it however they feel it should be, just like Hot Toys feels like how they make it. That's how it should be. So I mean, are you going to pay for it? Absolutely. Is it worth it for me? Absolutely not. Did I get some Inart figures? Absolutely. I got 2 Jokers, and so far I've ordered the B edition Pennywise. So because again, Hot Toys made the regular Pennywise, but they didn't make that second head sculpt Pennywise. So if Inart makes something that Hot Toys made, but it's a different head sculpt or a different something, absolutely I'm going to get it just because I like having the different looks. But I will not get the same figure twice, from one from Hot Toys and one from Inart. Absolutely not. But no, this is really, really cool. This is what you were talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean that was just reaching, but like look at her hands, like look at the texture on her hands. Her
Look at the
nails are
nails.
painted. Nails are painted, like
Yep.
sick, dude. I don't got nothing to complain about. Like it's you have the tones of black and metallic silver all throughout the armor. Looks sick, man. And the cape, I will say the cape's material looks very, very high quality. I don't know if it's just like it's like velvety almost. It looks
No, it looks right. Look at the ridges of where the fingers like
the
bend.
wrinkles in her fingers. Yeah.
How crazy. That's crazy detail. Crazy detail. So right now, what you see right now, 1 to 10, what do you rate it?
10. Absolutely. It's a knockout of the park.
Yeah. All right. So again, as usual, I never give anything a 10. I don't even think I've ever given anything a 10. If I have, I don't remember. I usually my top rated figures are usually a 9 out of 10 because again, at the end of the day, they're never 1,000%
That's true.
perfect.
Nothing's perfect.
You know, they're never 1,000% perfect, but they're they're up there. You know, they're very up there. So I'm gonna give this right now. What I'm seeing right now, a 9 out of 10, easy. Look at the cape. That's awesome. Look at the boots. I didn't even notice the boots.
The only thing about this figure, and that is the one thing that I forgot to bring up, is the boots. It's not a split cut boot design. When they very well could have been, it's kind of like Nebula's feet. It's very high heelish, but I don't know how the articulation is going to be. Like you never know until you get it. It might not be a problem, but it looks like her boots are kind of pleather. So if any of you guys collect Star Wars out there, they just love to use pleather. Like we just gotta, I don't know, deal with it for now.
So when you say split cut, what do you mean split cut? Like what?
Like is there any way? There's another picture where it gets her leg, like her is close up on her legs, but it's not sculpted to where the foot moves, but independently above the like boot spat or like the upper part of the boot.
Yeah, but I think isn't it usually a peg? It's usually a peg that goes into the boot. So any swivel that you have comes from the ankle, the top of the ankle peg, and then so you got the top, the bottom, and then you got the boot. So any swivel that you do have doesn't come from inside the shoe; it comes from the top of the ankle.
Yeah, but
that should be a problem.
Go over to one of the
right here. Like, look, this one doesn't have it, but so for example. This is the top of the ankles. You'll have the peg going in here, then you have the ball at the bottom. So the bottom ball is what goes into the shoe, but you get all the articulation from up here and some from the shoe as well, depending on how far you're trying to go. But it's usually from up here, not from the boot. Let me see. I don't even have any bodies with the pegs right now. But that's what usually happens. So what do you mean? Explain so people understand.
Like I don't know how to explain it, but like how on the Star Wars figures, like the boots is like a pleather material, and all right, like I'm trying to figure out which like for an.
Give me a figure. Give me a figure.
I'm trying to think of an example, but let's just put it this way: like the Anakin that just came out from Clone Wars.
Okay.
You know how his boot is like completely, it's seamless, like all the way to the bottom.
It's one piece.
It's one piece, and you have to move the foot, and you're also adjusting the ankle part, and that's where the pleather is bending over time. I feel like
I think I know exactly. I think I know what you're talking about. So
a split cut boot design.
Yes, I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
When the plastic is sculpted, kind of like I think maybe Boba Fett.
I just realized what you meant. Bucky. I opened Bucky last night. His boot is over. Pieces. Yes.
I like when they do that more because it gives you better articulation. I feel like, and it gives the figure more life. You know what I mean? Like but it's not a.
I don't know. I don't like that. I mean, it works for I think military figures. I think that's what uses them the most, because of the fact that it looks like a military boot.
Right.
So that's why I think they gave it to. But I don't know. I think when it's one piece, though, I think they look nicer because it looks like an actual boot. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. Like that is the trade-off of it. Like it looks better because it's one seamless boot.
Right.
But for people out there that want to, make a pose to where they're like, slanting out on their ankle, they're going to come across, possibly damaging that pleather over time. That's the only the only thing.
But you're saying these are pleather? No.
You don't think so?
I think these are plastic. There shouldn't
If
be.
if you look at other pictures, like keep going scrolling through, I don't know if there's another one that gets closer than that, but it almost looks like you can see the wrinkles, and I don't think that
right
here.
There.
Can you zoom in on that or anymore?
That's as far as it goes.
Well, what's your thoughts?
I see it right here.
I feel like
I guess maybe over time, if you're constantly moving it around, it could wrinkle, it could rip.
Right. Like that right there. Like you see how she has her back leg laying down. Like if you have her leg articulated bent back, you might come across, a crease at the top of her boot because you extended her foot too much. But it's not a big game changer. It's if you guys have been collecting for a while, you guys are, paying attention to that. But that's the only thing that I think it was possible to do a split cut boot because it's a high heel.
Yeah, of course, it's 100% possible. But I mean, this I've noticed this on many figures, so I know exactly now what you mean. But I think that in my opinion, as long because I don't pose, I don't hyper pose, I don't constantly pose. So once they're in museum pose, I never touch them again. So it's not an issue for me. But I could understand somebody constantly moving them around and pushing the limits and stuff. I think that'll be
it's not the end of the world though. So it still looks amazing. Like the boot looks amazing. Like you said, when you do it that way, you get more of a realistic effect because they're using pleather. The boot feels real. You know what I mean? They can get a good grain on it. Yep. So it's still not an end of the world thing.
No, right. Yeah, no, but it's a good point because again, I the fact that I don't pose at all, I don't really pick up on those little things. You know what I mean? Like this, I would have never noticed this. If you hadn't brought that up, I would be like, oh, the boot looks great. Because it doesn't that would never affect me. You know what I mean? So
that's not even in your
exactly because again, once I get them, I take my pictures, my videos, boom, museum post, right on the shelf. I don't really, and again, I've seen those wrinkles on certain figures, and again, because I don't, it doesn't bother me because I'm not constantly fussing with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not a big deal. But no, that's a good point because a lot of people do. They do pose, and it could become a problem over time. Absolutely. But no, she's beautiful, man.
It looks great. I love the colors of it. Like I love the pop of blue.
Yeah,
the cape looks like, I don't know, it looks very like it has a sheen to it. Like it's not a flat blue.
No, you know what it looks like? It looks like a velvety look.
Like silky velvety, right?
Yes.
Like that's what I
Yes. Yep. And here, look. But here's weird because now it looks like it has like a shiny, like a plastic over it.
And it could be something where they just have maybe that like Spider-Man type like synthetic plastic like layer.
No,
you know what I mean?
You know what? Exactly. That's exactly what it looks like, a synthetic plastic. But you want to know why it's not? Because if you look closer, I mean, I don't think you'll be able to see it as well as I can. But the screen is a little bigger on my end. You see the fuzz all around the edge.
Oh, so you can see the texture to it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not. But right here from this corner right here, it looks like that shiny material you just said.
Sick, man. I didn't even know that it was a wire cape though. Like I kept looking.
Hot Toys has been doing wide capes for like the last. I want to say, damn, I don't want to be wrong, but I'm gonna say maybe the last caped figures, the last 5 to 10 maybe have all been wired. Yeah, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere.
I mean, throw it in there. You know what I mean? People.
Oh yes, and I think that happened. A lot of people started buying, or have been buying for years, wired capes, third-party wired capes for Superman, for Christopher Reeve Superman, for Man of Steel Superman, just because it makes the figure look so much nicer to be able to have the cape flowing.
Right.
So I think what's happening is they started to notice that, and they said, you know what? Why don't we charge a little bit more? it doesn't really cost much to put. Literally, the wire is super thin that goes in there.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's super easy for them.
Yeah, so I figured, they figured, why not? Let's
Yeah,
just
man,
give them.
that reminds me. I still have to get a Jason Wu cape for my DX19, man.
See, that's what I mean. Like people buy third-party capes just because they cut them more custom. They look better on the figure.
Right there.
Look at that. This picture right here. This is gonna be my shelf.
Dude, that looks sick, man. Having all three of them
Beautiful.
posed.
Yep. I'm gonna have the deluxe one with the helmet and the lightning. Then I'm gonna have this version. I'm gonna have her, and I'm gonna have her. I want to see her face first, but I think regardless of what she looks like, I'm gonna have it with the broken helmet on, because the broken helmet I think looks really nice.
And I'm gonna tell you what, that's the only special edition that I didn't pre-order. Like,
man,
that's the only one that I didn't get in the bag before their little timeline thing.
You're crazy,
I'm
because
a crazy man.
That's a completely different figure right there. You know what I mean? It's not
Bananas,
like
bro.
It's not like a helmet. It's just the whole head is like that whole thing.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like, I think it's gonna be like the Thanos figure, like it's seamless butter. I think it's just gonna go right over her head sculpt and not look crazy.
No, it's gonna be really nice, really nice. All right, we're gonna get on to the next figure that it's been out a little bit, a few days, maybe a week or so, but I never got to talk about it because I'm trying to not talk about every single figure every single day that something's released. I want to talk about really cool figures that are for example, this figure. It's a big deal because she's been in so many movies already. It was her time. So I think she's important to talk about. And this figure, the one I just had up before, the Iron Man diorama version that we just saw, I think this figure, well, it's really not, it's more like a statue-ish type of thing. But
it's very unique.
I think it deserves. It's very what?
It's very unique.
Very unique. Because I feel like Hot Toys, when they did the Mark 7, and I feel like this is coming again for the Mark 7. The way that they did the Mark 7 with the pod. Remember, it was different versions. You could do the regular, the battle damage, and then the pod out of that one figure.
Right.
I think that now that they did this, you better believe that they're going to do the Mark 7 again, diecast just like this, just the outer shell, but it's going to come with the attachments that you get from Tony when he's flying, when he's off, when he jumps off the building, when he got thrown off the building, and he's flying in this pose, and the sensors read his wrist where the bracelets are.
Right.
And those attachments that go on his wrist to give him the suit, remember this conversation, because he's 100% coming. The fact that they already did it this way, and again, they don't need to give you an entire figure at all. They could give you just a shell, just like this, add a couple of attachments, and that's it. And I have a feeling also that people may turn this into that. People who customize, they may turn into that, because that's all you need is just the attachments. What do you call it? A base with a what are those aluminum? Not aluminum. The bendable grabbers. Yeah, with the bendable grabbers. You hang them up like this. Let me tell you something. You have a full Mark 7 that's turning into or attaching to Tony Stark's body. What do you think? What do you think of this figure?
I'm digging it, man. I think it looks awesome. I personally don't own any Iron.
Thanks for coming.
I personally don't own any Iron Man figures at the moment. I do have the Mark III that they announced, the one that had the crumpled mask. Yeah. I have that one on pre-order, but I think it looks cool, man. Like, I like the diorama series. I think it adds a little bit of level of difference in the game. It's not just a figure, like it's right. There's the detail on these pieces that they can do on these pieces. Sick, man. I'm digging it. I love the lights. I love the circuitry and everything.
Let me say hi to a couple of people that just came in here. D-Rock, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. I haven't seen you in a long time, my friend. I'm glad you're alive. Talia, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. So yeah, no, this figure again, it's not a figure. That's why it's under the diorama series because it's not a figure at all. Like I said, it's more of a statue, but it's a really fancy statue.
There's a lot of
Because
innovation.
what?
There's a lot of innovation in this piece
Yes,
alone.
yes. Well, the detail alone inside is insane. Number two, no pun, insane one. The number two is, I don't know. I can guarantee you're not gonna. There's going to be no articulation whatsoever, okay, at all, because it's not a figure. And what I think is, I don't know if you remember reading the things that open, the pieces that open, they actually fully close to get it a completely.
Oh yeah, they actually did. Yeah. The
So,
only I
go
think
ahead.
they said the only thing, the difference with this is that you might see certain gaps between, like
Yeah,
through the
it's not
front because it's not a full figure.
correct. Well, it's not going to be. It's not supposed to be completely
Just the
sealed.
shell, right?
Right. It's not. But the fact that you're gonna have it closed to begin with, because let's say, for example, you wanted the Mark 7, you missed out on it. It was really expensive. Blah blah blah. Here's your Mark 7. You
Right.
know, there's your
Yep.
Mark 7. Yeah, it's not the figure, but you have a Mark 7, and it's diecast, so you can't even say like, oh, the new Mark 7 was diecast. Blah blah blah. I really wanted the diecast. Well, here you go. It's a
Right.
diecast. It's a diecast. You can fully close it. But I think what makes this figure amazing is the fact that you see the whole interior.
It
You
looks
know,
dope. It's
yeah,
not just like a flat, like there's depth to it. Like it looks like
yeah.
almost like a whole computer system like it is. You know what I mean? Like the lights, they're perfectly placed. The design is sick, man.
Hey,
I'm
look
digging it.
here are the panels. They fully close. So I guess maybe if you have the lights on, you can still see the lights on. And somebody mentioned, I don't know if it's true or not. How is it? And somebody said magnet lighting. So if
Yup.
you put the base, you hook up the base, and it lights up the figure.
Yup. It's just gonna sit there and it's gonna turn, it should turn on or charge. I don't know either of the two, but
No,
that's what I'm saying. That's kind of
I don't think it's charging. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think it's going to be because
well, I'm saying USB. Like I think it's not like as soon as you put it on there, it's gonna send power through the bottom of the feet and it's gonna
no,
turn it
right,
on.
correct. But I'm saying anything charging, you're going to require lithium batteries, and they're not giving you lithium batteries.
Right.
So you're not. That's not going to charge. But if it's true that it lights up as soon as you put it on the base, and the base being plugged into a USB, that's awesome.
Dude, and
That's awesome.
I feel like people were talking about that like a couple like months ago or like a month ago that like, dude, it would be sick if we could have like bases that light up all these LED features because we're now. I think it was because the kickoff of the LED lightsabers, like
Right.
everybody was getting so happy about that we're finally getting it, and they're like, wait, well, how is it charging? Like, is it or how is it lighting up? Like, is it the base or you know what I mean? And then we found out that it's going to be connected through the arm or something somehow, I believe, right?
I think that, so here's the one negative that it's my own thing that I don't like. These bases are so big. They take up so much space, man. I don't know. I mean, I understand they want to give us more for because again, if somebody were to spend this much money, it's almost $400 plus tax and shipping. It's going to be over $400.
Right.
So I understand that Hot Toys wants to give us value, so they give us more plastic for these bases and blah blah blah. I'm not going to use these bases, so I hope either way, whether it lights up through the base or not, it is what it is because I'm not going to have it lit 24/7 anyway. But it's just these bases are so big and they take up so much room that I feel like they're so unnecessary. I always say I love the original oval bases. Those were the best. They take the least amount of room. And actually, I'm glad I got to this picture because I want to show you guys, for those who may not have seen or know about the figure. So this Iron Man, this Tony Stark, is from Iron Man 3, and it's called the Tony Stark Workshop figure. So this is the figure. So I don't know. I'm assuming that they're showing it for one of two reasons. Number one, to make it look cool next to this piece. And number two, it may get reissued for this figure, for this diorama piece. So I want to show you guys what the figure is. I took it out just to show you for whoever hasn't seen it or doesn't know about it, because it came out a while ago. So this is the figure. So I have it with the Mark 42, the Prodigal Son armor. So this is what it would be. This is what.
So dope.
No, it's a beautiful. It's a brand new body that they made for this figure, and you're gonna see it in a couple of pictures in a little bit. And the figure, the detail on the face. Again, this was many years old. Really nice. If you guys look at this, look how this is held up.
Oh, wow.
It's magnetized. Okay.
Wow.
How crazy! This is a magnet in here. Look, this is a magnet. So this is how you attach the pieces. Look,
they've been doing their thing.
Yeah, no, this is all, and the feet. Obviously, you gotta, it's an ankle, so you actually gotta slide up the pants and stuff. But this is super cool. So
I love it. It looks awesome. Man.
So this is that figure that you're seeing on the screen. But yeah, Hot Toys has been doing really cool stuff for a long time, and I think that when InArt showed that Joker forearm being detachable and blah blah, Hot Toys has been doing this for years already. It's just they don't do it often, and they don't brag about it, and they don't show it as innovation because it's so old that a lot of people don't remember that. But that was Hot Toys years ago. That's not InArt. That's not InArt overnight. You know what I mean?
And that just goes to show, like, they've been doing it, and people are so, ignorance is bliss, right? People are just like, oh, they never could do that, and they've done it, and you just didn't remember. You didn't see that.
Well, again, a lot of people in the community right now haven't been, around that long to know about this stuff. That's why I'm showing it, because and this is another thing that I'm happy about with my collection is the fact that I don't constantly sell things. Because I could go back, it's like a history book. You know what I mean? I can go back. I can show you guys Hot Toys innovation going on from years ago that a lot of people from now who are collecting now, who are in the community now, don't even know about it because it's so long ago. And you see a new company doing it. Oh my God! Hot Toys, has never done that. Hot Toys, would never do that. That company's doing better than Hot Toys. Hot Toys has been doing this again for decades, So I always say this: anytime anybody thinks that Hot Toys is gonna get dethroned by a company that came out overnight, is out of their minds. Impossible. Absolutely. It's not gonna happen. And look, this is the body I was telling you about. See, this is another cool. See, this is a nice pose right here. Look at that.
Dude, the color.
Look at the body. Look at the body. Look at the muscularity on the body.
Wow.
Look at that. How sick is that?
It's amazing, man.
I
can't wait to see if they're gonna just do the all 7 like that. I'm assuming they will.
Look at the body here. So these are the pieces that you could attach to the body, and look at that. That's how I have it.
Nice.
Look at that.
Did it come with that gantry like that?
Of course. That's the a lot of his figures come. A lot of the Tonys come with this. That's I forget what he calls it. See, look at the muscular body.
Oh wow.
Hot Toys was selling these bodies at one point. These were the Hot Toys muscular bodies, and look at that. It comes with all of this.
Wow.
See, look at that. All the tools, look at that. The blueprints, the magazine, everything. That base, that humongous, see, articulated mechanical robot. So it comes with all this stuff. So this base, look at that. This thing is humongous. It comes with that. It's like panels that you attach to the base, and because the what do you call it? The actual base is just this, and that lights up. That lights up. And what happens is you attach all these pieces around it, and it becomes that extended base. But yeah, no, that's what Hot Toys. I'm telling you, Hot Toys has been doing this forever. And again, people see it now, and they're like, "Oh my God, InArt." But let me tell you, if anything, InArt just copied Hot Toys, and nobody is saying that. Nobody's talking about it. No, I don't think anybody knows. So that's why I'm glad that I could show you guys things like that because of the fact that a lot of people don't know about these figures that have been around for years. What was the other figure that was announced before this? Oh, the third sister. What's her name?
Um, Riva. Sorry.
Reva. Because that's another beautiful piece.
Sick, man.
This look at this. The likeness, amazing.
Yep.
What do you
That's.
when you saw this picture? When you saw the figure announced, what did you think?
I was like, dang, like, because there were so many rumors, like there was so much controversy with her already. You know what I mean? Like people were like, are they making her? Are they not making her? Like, of course they were making her, but
Oh, absolutely. I
I was
called this.
just second guessing myself.
Let me tell you something. The moment I saw her on the show, and I just saw literally the second, I said they're making her, and I said that I said immediately in my group, I said you better believe she's coming. And then when the show ended, everybody was like, "Oh no, her character sucks. She wasn't good. Blah blah blah. The arch of her character, this and that." It doesn't matter. I was like, she's coming 100%, and then boom, there she goes. Same thing. I called what's his name? The Grand Inquisitor.
Inquisitor.
Same thing. I said they're making all three of them. I said absolutely, and you're gonna see they're gonna make it. If they don't make the other two, I'll be 100% shocked.
Yeah, I think we're getting a lot of figures from this line. I think there's a lot coming from this, and we're definitely getting stormtroopers. They already showed it with her, so.
Yep. That's another thing. But look at her, man. Look at that.
She's
Yep.
beautiful. I mean, the head sculpt on her is awesome. Like very, very good. Like the hair detail, all of that. I'm digging it.
The collector, what's up, man? Thank you for coming. Yeah, no, look, and we're getting look at the detail on these stormtroopers. Look how dirty they look. They look
Right.
scuffed up.
I don't think they're gonna be completely shiny. Like they're
they're not. They're definitely not because you can see them. Look at them. They're different. They're not your standard 100%. Super shiny, clean look. Look at this. This is so nice.
And I love the way they made her suit. Like it's almost like it looks very like it looks padding a lot, but it doesn't look in a bad way. Like it looks like the actual material.
You know what it reminds me of? Her, Moff Gideon, and the Grand Inquisitor remind me of Darth Vader's suit. Every time I look at them, it's got that Darth Vader-esque like feel to it.
Right. It's like almost like they've cut and sewn like certain aspects of his suit, and it looks.
Look at that. I think that look at the little lights.
The Sith armor is just very esque. I don't know.
I think it's very sexy, believe it or not. I think she looks very sexy in the outfit.
Dude, I think the definition in her thighs are kind of like they beefed her up. Like I think that's different.
She's definitely thick. She's definitely thick.
There's no way to say that without laughing.
She's definitely thick. But no, even the purge troopers. A lot of people when they were announced were complaining and they were making fun of the face, how it looks. But I think, man, like when you have these in hand and you have these next to whether it's the Grand Inquisitor, Darth Vader, Riva, anything, I think it's gonna look so badass all together.
They're gonna have a lot of presence, I think.
No, absolutely, and that red, and I said this before. Anything with red and black just pops. Anything with red and black just looks amazing. Doesn't matter what it is. You put red and black on anything, it looks beautiful.
Absolutely, it's a amazing color scheme, and her robe, like, it looks awesome too, man.
Yeah.
I'm digging it a lot.
I like that thick thighs. This guy, unbelievable. Oh man, 808's nuts. All right, look at this. How awesome is this?
The lightsaber, dude, too. Like,
got what is this? The oh man, the symbol.
That's the Inquisitor seal, right?
Is it? I don't know. It's the
No. That's the cog.
It's the what?
Isn't that the cog?
No, that's like the symbol of the oh my god, what do they call it? Somebody knows the symbol. What do you call the symbol? I can't think of the name. Oh my god. Chris, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Thank you. What is the? Oh my god! It's not the rebellion. It's the. Oh, oh my god! What the hell is the name?
Imperial.
Imperial symbol. Yes, that's it right there. That's the Imperial symbol. It looks cool. There you go, Empire. See? Thank you, big dog. Yes, that thing is awesome. Look at that.
Her like armor looks so dope, man. Like the shoulders.
Yeah.
And
very sharp suit.
Right.
Look at the pants. Look at the detailing in the pants.
They're not just flat black material.
Correct.
Like
Right.
in that previous picture that you showed, there's like almost like lining in it or something.
Yeah, exactly. You see it right here. And again, like you said before, Hot Toys could easily just give us black pants. Who's
Right.
gonna pick up? Who's gonna notice that there's no detail to the pants? It's just black pants. Who cares?
Right.
But this is what they do, and they,
Above
you know,
your own.
and Hot Toys does, you know, sometimes, and I know for a fact in the past, they have missed out on a lot of details on specific figures. They're always not 100% detailed, and they have missed a lot of details. But I feel like lately, the past few years, they've been really, really like
On their game.
with the detail. Absolutely. Look at the pants right here. Look at all that.
And I don't think this is going to be a figure that you're going to have to be worried about posing, honestly, either. Like,
no, because look, the pants are loose enough.
Yep.
The shirt here, you could tell it's loose enough, so you could bend.
And all of that.
Yeah, you could bend it as much as you want. I don't think it's going to be a problem either at all.
And the shoulder pads are probably like, either Velcro or free floating. Like
that's another good thing that they've been doing. I don't know if you noticed the Velcro that you yes, you could detach it, you could pose it, and then just literally Velcro it back on, and there's no problem.
I like that feature.
That's awesome. I didn't realize that until I was messing with the figure, and I was like, oh my god, this thing is like moving all over the place, not even restricting any of their articulation. And then when I noticed what it was, I was like, oh wow, like this is awesome, and it's so much better because number one, you won't break it. You know, you won't break it. You won't overextend it to a point where it's gonna crack, and you're not gonna make it too soft where it's too wiggly at some point, which happens with these tight hard plastic whether it's shoulder pads or elbow pads or whatever they put on the figures. Very, very good idea on their part. Look at that pose, man.
That might be how I have her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love the saber, and the lights aren't always the best in the sabers, but this one, the flowing like the swooshing motion for the lightsaber is like it. Like this is the one to use it on.
Let me tell you something. It's funny you say that. I was about to say the same thing. The fact that they started adding these lightsaber features that you could make it seem like it's moving.
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing they could have done, because even if, like you said, the lighting's not that good, I never used the lighting. I never even tried out to be honest with you, so it doesn't bother me.
Right.
But the fact that they use these nice colors of reds and blues and yellows or whatever color they use, you don't need it lit because it's so bright. And you put the whatever lighting you have in your case, as long as you turn that on, it's gonna stand out and pop anyway.
Absolutely.
So the fact that they're doing this is so cool. And I don't remember which the first figure it was that they did this with, but I remember when I first saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? And then I was like, oh wow. I was like, they put that, and I put it on the figure too. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I just don't remember which figure it was, but this is so cool.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Like she's a must buy for anybody that is into the Obi-Wan series. Anybody that's into Star Wars, like you gotta have this.
What do you think of the hair?
I think it's good, man. Like I was kind of wondering, like, are they going to be like, and that's a stupid thing to say anyways, like of course they can do it, but I was like, dang, I'm really interested to see how much detail we get in the sculpt for her hair, just because right when you watch the show, it was like, wow, crazy hairstyle, you know what I mean, right off the bat. So you thinking as a collector, like, all right, Hot Toys, like let's see
Oh,
it.
I knew, and like I said earlier, I knew that she was coming. In the past, I've always said when it was something regarding something like hair, depending on the character, I'll be like, "There's no way Hot Toys is going to make that because it's too detailed." So the moment I saw Casca Reeves and I saw her come on the show, I was like, "Oh
Sure.
my God, she's coming!" I was like, "She's 100% coming," because
Right.
it doesn't stop them anymore. There's intricate hair like that is not an issue anymore.
No, they can pull it off.
That won't stop them ever again from
Hot
doing.
Toys is sculpting work for hair is very, very amazing.
It's insane.
Yeah. Like I don't even know if I would want to accept a rooted hot toy. Like I don't even know like I'm not saying that I don't like rooted hair versus sculpted hair, but when it's a sculpt so good like that, man, like there's no need for rooted hair. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I've never been a person to demand or ask for rooted hair or anything. I doesn't bother if the figure comes with it, cool. If it doesn't, cool. It's not something that I'm looking forward to from the figures or looking for from the figures. It's not something that I require in the figures. Yeah, it's cool if they do it properly. It's
Right.
cool. Like I don't
It's a
mind.
plus.
Yeah, exactly. But not even though, because sometimes having rooted hair, it just makes the figure look crazy if you don't style it properly.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, I believe.
Exactly. So that's why I don't really. It doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me when the figure has rooted hair or I mean sculpted hair. Rooted hair, it is what it is. If it comes cool, and again, as soon as it comes out of the box, I try to put it as nice as possible. I don't sit there playing with it. I don't sit there brushing. I never have. Actually, I wish I could show you guys. I was trying to do something to a figure that I bought, an Asmus figure. It was the little girl with the Wolverine claws. I think she's X12, X11, whatever her name is.
Is that X19 or
X19? Yeah, one of those. It's X something. The little girl. And I was trying to remove something from her. From her? Yeah, I think it was something from her. I think it was her head. And they said to heat it up. Well, instead of using a blow dryer, I used a heat gun. Yo, I burned her entire hair. So now her hair was nice and long. Her hair was all curly and fried.
She probably looks like Joker from the hospital scene.
I tell you, it's crazy. And I posted a picture of her, and I forget who it was. I want to say it was Bob Dylan, believe it or not. Bob Dylan was like, yo, her hair looks crazy. And I was like, yo, I burned it. It was so bad. I was so mad. I was like, no. I was like, I can't believe I burned their hair. But look, I think this is a hint right here. Who's this supposed to be? Is this Obi right here?
The one is the brother.
This is the fifth brother.
And then the other one, is that the I can't see.
Oh no, I think that's what's his name?
Is that the Grand Inquisitor or
No. I think isn't that Obi-Wan? I think that's Obi-Wan.
It could be. I don't remember what.
Yeah, I think it looks like Obi-Wan. But look at the different handles for the different
Dude, that's awesome too.
Yeah, for the lightsabers.
They could have just skimped out and said you have to use like one for all of them.
And Darth Vader comes with one of these too. You know that, right?
Yeah, so he comes with is it the separated hilt? No.
No, I think it's this one, and then you could do this one to it too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you could get both. Yeah, it's Obi. Insane One said it's Obi. Yep. Yeah, okay. I thought so. I thought it was Obi too. But this, guys, I have to keep talking, but I have to show them the X19.
The hair.
You have to see it.
I'm very excited though for the lightsabers. I know nobody's ever really seen the LED lightsabers, so I think this is if it lights up like they're saying it might be, this could be new technology that we're seeing, but it's just very cool to see the innovation that they're bringing to the table. But yeah, man, the suit is awesome.
Yeah, no, she looks amazing. Guys, look at this. You guys are gonna crack up. Don't laugh at me. Laugh at the figure.
Oh my goodness!
Look at this.
How close were you to it?
I didn't even think about the hair when it looked fried, completely fried.
It looks like my sister's old Barbies.
Yo, let me tell you something. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what. Yo, I was like, I didn't realize until after the fact. I was like, "What's that? Why does it smell like burn right now?" And I looked down and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I completely gone." And these days, you can't buy another one. You can't find another one anywhere.
It sold out.
I haven't even. Yeah, they sold out a long time ago. 808. I haven't even bothered looking because the it is what it is. But
you have a custom one. Let's just put it that way.
Exactly. I styled her permanently. I'm telling you, it was crazy. No, literally, that's exactly. It was a heat gun. It was a freaking heat gun, and I was trying to chase the outfit in the head or something, and I put it way too close to the hair, not realizing the what do you call it? That the hair was gonna burn, and I'm like, why does it smell like burnt right now? And it was the hair.
There you go. You see, Fab, you are giving back to the community. That was a collector tip. People know if you have rooted hair.
No, I'm telling you, never again. Luminar, how are you? Thanks for coming. No, I'm telling you, the never again heat gun. From now on, always what do you call it? Always blow dry. Is this Hot Toys Echo? No, it's not. Let me see what else was recently announced, because I know I missed a few figures that again, they weren't a big deal to talk about, but I wanted to touch on them because it's different things we're getting, and it's cool to see Hot Toys giving us. Talked about that one. Let me see what else. Maybe I didn't miss too many. We talked about the. Did you guys see? I don't know if you guys saw the. Oh, here it is. This guy. My God, look at this thing.
Sick too, man.
This thing is. Look at it with the red lights all around. He looks like a demon right now. Look at that.
Yo.
How sick is this figure? This figure.
He looks imposing, just how he was in the series, man.
Yep, his face, dead serious. Look at that. You know what he reminds me of?
What?
Primetime, what's up, man? He reminds me. Remember? Did you ever see the movie Powder?
Yes, I feel like yeah. Is that the one with the kid that he has like supernatural powers and stuff?
With the electricity, he could charge stuff.
Good movie, actually. That's like a cult classic.
That movie's a
cult classic.
Guys, if you haven't seen this, I think it's from the 90s. If you haven't seen this movie called The Powder, it's amazing, and you'll know why I'm saying it reminds me of him.
I think there's more than one, right? There's more than one Powder, I believe.
Oh no, I only saw one. I only saw one.
Okay. I remember watching it when I was young. Like
I'm telling you, the movie is great. It's amazing. See, look at the difference now. Look at all the red, how it makes him look here, and then look at here. Now he looks completely pale.
The skin tone is awesome. It's like perfect.
Yep. He looks like Uncle Fester here now.
And I love the like the earmuff covers.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, beautiful. Look at the redness in the eyes. How sick is that?
Yes, and I love how they like detailed he has the yellow pupils like for the Sith. Yeah, very sick. The seal for the Grand Inquisitor.
Michael Welch, what's up, man? Thanks for coming. Yeah, no, this figure also same. Look at that. How badass is that?
That's how I'm displaying it.
Look at that, man. That's so. Look at the outfits. That's what I mean. They all have that Darth Vader-esque vibe to them.
Right.
So cool, man.
His undersuit as well looks awesome too.
Yes, hers is black and his is gray.
Right. Yeah. And I love that's when they announced this guy. That's what one of my biggest things. I was like, yo, are you gonna be able to put the lightsaber on his back? Like they did it too, man.
Truly, Spinhead. Look at this guy. Read this. This Spinhead with his bedside.
He removes each pin.
Unbelievable. This guy. Thanks for being here, my friend. So no, I'm telling you, they're gonna look so. And I'm telling you, if they do the other ones, the fifth brother and the other, what's her name?
Oh man,
I forget her name too.
I forget her name, but I remember who you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I feel like they should. I mean, again, she wasn't on the show much. I think the fifth brother was on it more, but I think she deserves to be made as a figure too, just to complete all of them and have, for those who I got 2 Darth Vaders, to display, one with Obi with the battle damaging and then one with the full helmet with them. That's gonna be so nice.
Dude, and if there was one way that somehow they in the future maybe re-release another like Vader, but come with that throne, like that chair,
No, they're coming. It's coming. You'll
to
see.
have all of them in there, dude,
It's
that would be
coming.
sick.
Yeah, and like I said, I've said this, in prior streams before. The not only with the throne, but you're gonna get the Emperor's what do you call it? The Emperor's hologram as well,
Right.
which is very important too to add to that
Keep
specific scene. Look at this, man. This is so nice.
the under part of his cape as well is awesome too. Like
The
it's,
colors, you mean?
yeah, the colors.
It's like the reddish in there.
Yeah, and it almost I think it's like like has spots on it or
Yeah,
something.
look at it. Yeah, it's like red dots. I
Um,
think it's the material.
I love his like the Inquisitor shoulder pad thing that they got going on. Their whole chest piece
Yes.
is like it's nice, man.
Yeah. No, it's really
I can't
The detail is insane.
And the likeness to the actor as well
Yes.
is very, very spot on as well.
Yeah.
I think like they did a very good job with this head sculpt.
Yep. And you get the light up chest, that little bit of light. You get, I think this lights up as well in the belt. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
Oh,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
this is the luminescent paint
Yes.
that they're using on this. I've
Yeah.
never had that on a figure as well, so I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how they're doing. I mean, unless it's a USB powered again.
No, it says. Oh no, it is. Well, it says luminous reflective effect on the belt. Okay.
Yeah, so you see it on the belt and the chest. So here, and here.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, see how it's red?
Yeah.
See, so that's cool.
And I love that pose.
the
That pose
cape,
is
man.
so cool.
Look at the cape, though. Look how nice that is.
Wait, so is it wired then? The cape is wired as well, right? Because look, it's like
Yeah, it could be. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But the thing is, if you pay attention to the color of the cape, doesn't it remind you of like a Perch Trooper's face?
yeah, yep. If you
With
look
the
right,
red,
it
with the
kind of
red and
at it.
black?
Yep. I love that pose though.
Yeah, no, it's nice, man. Look at that.
That's so dope.
Yep, there she was. That was when they teased her. Everybody was like, I'm telling you, when I saw this, I was like, I told you guys. I told you.
I think I remember getting a message from you. At
Oh,
like
man.
7 in the morning.
I let everybody know. I said,
Oh.
you better start believing in me. People probably thought, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Hey, man,
Look at this.
your predictions are pretty good.
You know, it's funny. Like before, like streaming, I was like, oh, I hope. They come out with this. They come out with this. Now it's like it's coming. There's nothing that they can't do at this point.
No,
So it's not even about are they going to make it. Is when they're going to make it.
right.
Yeah, no, this is so nice, man. Look at this. You get the Darth Vader hologram.
Sick.
See the bases. So here's my thing. What is the point? Like, I get it. You know what I mean? Very plain, blah bases. It is what it is. I don't use them anyway. But it's like, give us something that like is a little bit nicer at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's so blah.
With their Star Wars lines, and I think it has to do with Star Wars too, man. Like Star Wars is an IP that they don't like going like outside of their normal thing. You know what I mean? Like they that's their baby. Like that's Lucas's baby.
But
they should
and stuff.
like they should change the basis sometimes on the Star Wars releases, like especially with that Tatooine sand base. Like that was excessively used. Like that should have been changed. Like when I got my IG-11 and I seen the footprints in there, I was like, "What are you kidding me? The guy wears sneakers?" like I just didn't understand it.
Oh man,
But
no, this figure, I can't wait for this figure. Let me see what's another figure that they just announced recently that's really, really cool. See, I'm not getting any of these Sideshow figures, so I'm not worried about those. Those are okay. I mean, I'm disappointed with Sideshow big time because of their bodies.
I think I asked you like when I first got into collecting about Sideshow, and I think it was the Boba Fett. Which it looks awesome. It looks awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I think you told me about the bodies, and I just kind of
Yeah, the mythos. The mythos was so sad.
Sick.
So sad. See,
Right.
like right now, like this Black Panther. So number one, it's an entire new line. Okay, now it's called the Legacy, right? Black Panther Legacy. So I think that Polo Ralph, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. So I think that we're gonna get T'Challa. We're gonna get, you know how I don't know if you guys know.
That third party one.
Yes, Young Rich. Young Rich came
Young Rich.
out with T'Challa, two different sets, A and B. One with the markings on the chest, one without the markings on the chest. But he comes with the shield, the dagger, and all that stuff.
Right.
And I think the face also, the face paint. I think Hot Toys is going to do that because I don't know. First of all, I mean I do know, but I don't know. I do know why they gave us this shield and the dagger for this figure specifically because it doesn't belong. You know what I mean? It doesn't belong together at all. They could have given us just the figure with the head sculpt and the different types of claws, and that would have been perfect.
Right.
Why? Because if you remember, for Civil War, they gave us just a figure with claws, and that was it. Okay? So that's all you got for that figure. So I understand that to make it a 2.0, they either have to give us, because that's their new thing now. I don't know if you noticed that as well. You have a figure that was previously made without a head sculpt, you'll get a 2.0 with the head sculpt. Or if it was made with the head sculpt, you'll get a 2.0 without the head sculpt. Right. So that's how they're getting around that. So you don't get the same exact figure, which I'm okay with. It is what it is. You're either going to buy it or you're not. End of story. What I don't know and understand is why. See, like this would have been. They updated the body. They updated the suit. Everything's great. But why would they give us that shield? See, like this doesn't even go because this is not from this scene. So what I think is going to happen is that, and again, if they decide to do this, it doesn't even make sense for them to do it after the fact because they already gave us the mask and the shield for the figure. If they had hinted at something like that, then I would be like, all right, fine. They're coming out with the T'Challa figure from the battle scene, from the ceremonial scene,
Right.
So, but now that they gave us this stuff already, the mask and the shield, I mean, unless they expect people to make their own custom, I don't know how anybody would do that.
I don't think they would want that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they would push anybody to try to make their own figures out of their figures.
Right.
So that's the only thing that's confusing to me about that is why would they give us these like, I understand, take the mask off, give us the mask, because that goes perfectly with the suit.
Absolutely.
Remember that with this suit, he takes the mask off and puts it back on.
Right.
So I would understand. All right, give us the figure with the new head sculpt and the removable helmet, which goes perfectly with the figure. But the shield and the spear, see, like this is the movie. This is it right here.
Right.
You
think they are trying to hint with the accessories with different releases?
I mean, I think so. I think so because, huh?
I could see that as well.
Yeah, because think about it. It doesn't even belong. It makes no sense. You know what I mean? It makes no sense whatsoever to give us that shield and that spear at all. It really doesn't do it. Like, it's gonna look cool. Is it gonna look cool? Absolutely. Like, I have a third party. There was a third party figure that they made with I think when he became king, that black outfit that he's got. It's like a black robe.
Oh, okay.
He sits on the throne with.
Right.
So I bought that. So I have that. So if anything, I'll display it with that figure. Not him in the Black Panther outfit. It makes, in my opinion, it makes no sense.
I mean, it's a good tactic on their part, anyways, because if you're like wanting to complete a line, or if you want to get a ton of Black Panther stuff, then you're like, oh man, I got to get this release too because he has the shield with that one. You know what I mean? You compare it with other releases. So,
well, that's again my point. They're giving us a 2.0 but I think it's an overkill 2.0. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
That's what I'm trying to say. I think it's too many. Like right here, this looks badass. Like if you're gonna display it any type of way, it's gonna be this way. If you don't have the original Civil War one,
Right.
which I'm most likely, like I said, either gonna display him with the holding the helmet to his side, or this way to be able to use the mask and the shield and the spear. But my thing is, it doesn't belong with the Black Panther outfit. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And obviously I'll show you guys pictures and stuff. But I think that's where I'm going with this release with these accessories at least.
So it's a bomb figure.
Look at this. So nice. I just wish it was, and again with these hints, I think we may even get a Killmonger with that body, with the scarring all over his body.
Right.
I think that's an option. It's an option too.
Do you think they're gonna go seamless on that, or you think they're gonna?
I don't think it matters. I don't think they should. If they do, I think if they do decide to make that figure, it's gonna have to be seamless because of the fact that on hard plastic you can't really make those scars,
right.
those bumpy scars. So it would have to be that seamless material so it can look nicer. So they may go seamless for that, which it is what it is. Some figures, like I said, some figures do need seamless, some figures don't. But yeah, no, this is really nice, man. This is really cool.
I love the musculature in the suit. Like they upgraded the original release and made it even better. But like the original release was amazing figure as well. Like if you have that in your collection, that's still a great piece. But dude, man, they really knocked this one out the park.
Yeah, and if you look at the comparison, once we get to it, Big Dog says kilos. Yeah, exactly. That's what they're called. If you look at the comparison, look. So I have the original Civil War figure, and the body is very boxy, just like you see here. Like very boxy, very bumpy. Right now, the new one a lot wider, bigger shoulders, more filled out. No abs. Look at the hips, the waist, a lot thinner here, a lot thicker here.
Right.
The legs look at the hip. There's a huge gap in the hip right here. That's not here anymore. So it's an amazing, upgrade. Look at the feet. These are straight articulation. Flat. Yeah, these are straight flat. These got the little articulation in the front. I forget which other figure had that recently. Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse. He came with those articulations as well, which is a really cool, add-on. The thing is, they're kind of flimsy a little bit, so they don't really stay too far. Right. So I think that was, I'm assuming they'll make that, a lot better. But that's the one figure. That's the one figure that I saw. Commander Crook, thanks for being here, man. So I think that's really nice. They actually changed a lot of the suit.
The muscle,
a lot of the details, the collar. Yep. These lines were not on the original suit.
How was the original suit for that? For the original release, like how was it hard to pose? Was it?
Well, I don't pose, so I.
Oh, right. But
let me show you. I'll show you what it looks like because it's right here.
I only ask because this one seems like it's going to flow with the body a lot smoother. So I don't know. Back in the day,
any figure that you get that's fully covered, fully suited like this, you're gonna have a good body under it to be able to do whatever you want with it because of the fact that there's no joints exposed or anything like that. So look at the figure.
He's bomb, man.
It's a beautiful figure.
He's still dope. That's still like an amazing piece.
Look at that. See, let me go back to the previous picture so you guys could see.
And then to have them both next to each other, that's going to be an awesome.
That's exactly, and that to be able to compare. See, like the things I was just telling you about those lines. See.
Yeah.
They're not so obvious in the suit anymore. Like, look, see these lines here.
Yeah, like
These you don't
all
really,
the detail in the suit
right.
is
It's a lot better now. I think they changed the paint application on the necklace as well. This one's more silverish. This one looks more like a platinum-ish look,
okay.
you know? So look at the claws. The
Yeah,
claws are
man.
pretty cool.
Yeah, the
No,
suit is way different. Wow, like
no, it's a big difference. Yeah, and then another thing that, I don't, well, you can't really see the back. I don't think they show you the back. But here's where you have the hold on. Here's where you have the where they sewed it together.
oh, the final stitch,
See how they cut all around.
right?
So I
Huh.
don't know how they're gonna do
So
it
I
with the
wonder
new
how,
suit.
yeah, the new one is gonna be.
No, but this figure is beautiful. Again, look, I still looks brand new. I don't fold it. I don't bend it. I don't, not posing is, I do that on purpose because, hold on, because I don't want my figures to get ruined, and
Right.
they do. Those materials over time they overstretch, they get wrinkled, and then once they get wrinkled, good luck. That's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, after that,
So
there's nothing you can do.
that's it. It's done. So that's why I take care of my figures. God forbid, let's say I get out of the hobby and I need to sell all my stuff. My stuff's not going to be beat up, damaged.
Pretty
I
much.
can, I could, I could label it used like new.
Right.
You know, over used and beat up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you see a lot of that.
Yeah, people are like, I always have to laugh of when people are like brand new sealed, only open for to check like how the figure was.
Oh, I make fun of that all the time. These figures I didn't get to talk about. These things are beautiful.
They look amazing.
Let me tell you something. Let me see what Thule say. Thule, fans, is there anything you know, Chris? Yeah. Well, the thing is, I pre-order, and I tell you guys this all the time. I literally pre-order everything, everything. There's actually, what did I pre-order? I didn't pre-order something recently. I forget what it was. It was a figure that came out, and I was like, I'm not gonna. Oh, it was the Mark 46, but obviously I can't pre-order that because you can't get it anyway.
Right.
But no, I pre-order everything because again, I like to have my stuff. I love Hot Toys, even if I just I'm all over the place with collecting different lines, and I just love Hot Toys. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hot Toys is what makes me happy to have those figures. Are the best of the best. So that's why I get everything. What did you think of these figures when you saw them?
I don't know where they're like. I know they're like overseas based movie, but I'd never like looked into it or anything like that. But I think they look sick, man. Like the first time that I saw them, they seemed very futuristic. That's like right up my alley. I love like futuristic stuff. So they have like exosuits all over them, very military-esque, which I'm super like in digging that like a lot. Like I love the details on the guns. The head sculpts also like they look very nice. I didn't see the movie or seen the trailer or anything
Yeah,
of
me neither.
any of the actors or anything like that, but the likeness looks like it's very good. I don't think they would mess this up. I heard it's like one of their like number one movies over there, I guess, right now. But sick.
I again, same thing you said. I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything about the movie. I don't know anything. I didn't even know it was a movie. I found that out like days after the release or
Right.
the announcement. But anything, I love military. First of all, Lahada, read this comment. I don't know if you know who this is.
Fabio don't have a 1/6 Chimbala figure.
Do you know who that is or no?
Chimbala, that sounds familiar, but I'm not. You put me on the spot. I'm not aware right now.
He's a Dominican dembow singer.
Oh, okay.
So that's what he's talking about because I'm a big fan of the guy, so he knows that. Um,
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I saw the figures, man, and I was like, oh my god! I was like, I have to. I was like, again, I have literally about 70 military figures, some third party, some Hot Toys, some I made myself, and so because I was getting these kits I showed you guys last time, I would buy the kits and I would put them together. I would buy the bodies, and I showed you guys all this stuff. See, like I have like tons of heads from making my own customs. Military backpacks. I have, more military bags. I have, look at this. Weapons still sealed. This is all military stuff. I got tons and tons and tons of this stuff. Look, I got military helmets. Look at this. I got everything. I can make you literally about 30 figures right now with all this stuff. I have. Let me show you what else I got. I got. Let me see. This is body parts. I got whips. Let me tell you, I got everything. Look, I got capes. I don't even know where this is from. I think this is a Thor figure, actually.
Wow.
I don't even know where this came from. But yeah, no, I have so much stuff that's military that I've always loved them. And actually, let me show you something. This is how obsessed I am.
Yeah, I love like all the military-esque like clothing. So when I seen this, I was like, wow, they look bomb. And the exosuit, the detail in the suit.
Exosuits are my favorite military stuff. Look at this. I got this figure probably over a year ago, and I still haven't even opened it just because I'm like, oh my God, where am I going to put it?
It's sold out now, probably.
Look at this.
What is that? Exosuit. This
is a military figure by Soldier Story that came out over a year ago. I haven't even opened it yet, but this is the stuff that I like. Like I love exosuit stuff.
He has like night vision goggles on.
It's got like, it's supposed to be like some futuristic like set of goggles with like, a whole targeting system in the front. But I love this stuff. This is like the stuff that I started with, believe it or not, with a lot of military, 1/6 military. So as soon as I saw these figures, I was like, oh my God. Fezzer, do you have one express partial delivery box? What? Unbelievable. So,
oh man, the comments are rolling tonight.
When I saw this, I was like, my God, look at this outfit, man. See, and the one thing, I don't know if you saw, I recently opened those the Wandering Earth figures. I don't know if you saw them, the three Asian guys. It was the 2 males and the 1 female.
Okay.
They're all in black. The thing about those third-party figures that are like this, exosuited figures, the problem is when it comes to third-party, they're very flimsy, and a lot of things fall out, a lot of things come out. They don't break. I mean, I guess you can break them, but they don't. When you take them out of the box, everything's like loose and stuff. So that's the one thing that turns me off from them, especially the ones I got there from Damn Toys. I open all 3. I love all 3, but that's the only complaint that I have. A lot of I took one out and I heard a metal pin fall out, and I was like, "What the hell did this come from?" And you can't really tell because it's so intricate. There's so much stuff to it.
Almost like if it was not scaled properly to the body, is what you're saying.
Well, it's supposed to be loose because you don't want it to be super tight where you go bend it and it breaks.
Right.
So it's loose like that, but the things are not like glued on together. So things fall out. So that's my complaint. So I can guarantee you with Hot Toys, you're not going to have that problem.
No, that looks sturdy.
Exactly. Look how tight it looks. Look how perfect it looks, fitted to the body. You don't see anything that's loose. Look at that. Look how thick that is.
Too, man.
And with the masks, when they come down, forget it.
They light up too, right?
Absolutely. This one's blue and this one's red. Beautiful. One is Tyler and one is Johnson. But again, I knew nothing about the movie. I knew nothing about anything. I just said, "Oh, exosuits, mine." I ordered them. Actually, these are the figures I don't think I pre-ordered yet. Actually, I'm gonna tell you right now. I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna pre-order them because I know they're not gonna sell out. They're not gonna sell out right away because again, a lot of people, because they don't know them, they won't get them."
That's actually a good point. Yeah, since this is mainly a release that's specific more to something that's overseas, it might not hit as hard in the U.S. market. So if this is something
that's exactly why I was like, you know what? I was like, there's no need for me to really, rush to get them. And actually, I think I ended up pre-ordering them anyway because I was like, you know what? Let me just make sure I have them. Let me see. Tell you right now.
There's a lot of detail, a
No, I
lot of
didn't.
different
I didn't. I
layers.
didn't pre-order them. I remember that. So
You
I didn't
didn't?
pre-order them. No, I didn't on purpose because I said I have plenty of time. I don't really, by the time they're out, I'm gonna get them anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that's why I didn't pre-order them. But let me see. Thule, damn Fabio, you a Jedi? The anticipation of my boxes kills me. I have guys. I have so many boxes that I haven't opened still. I have actually. I don't know if you could see it back there behind me. That black one is the Damn Toys Godfather in the tuxedo because I opened the two Wonder Years ones. I think they're called. I have. Believe me, I have more boxes over there that I haven't gotten to. But again, I'm in no rush. I open like whatever I really want to open at the moment.
Right.
If I don't have somewhere to put something, I leave it in the box until I have an idea to where to put it. But yeah, no, I these are the ones I didn't pre-order. But I love these things, and am I getting them? Absolutely. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pre-order them right now.
Ooh, I was just gonna say, first thing Fab does after the stream's
No,
over,
no, yeah.
pre-order.
I was in no rush. I was in no rush to do it because again, I was like, you know what? I was like, there's no need. I was like, a lot of people aren't even looking at these because they don't even know about them anyway.
Right.
I was like, I'm not worried that they're gonna sell out, and I can guarantee you, because this is such a big deal for them over there, that they
The
made
quantities
plenty.
are high.
Yeah, they made plenty. They made plenty. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm not in no rush. But let me.
Isn't that a coincidence in that? Isn't that funny that absolutely already know that the quantities are going to be high for something that's overseas, but like something that's in the US release and it's big, it's like so varied. You don't know if it's going to be a big hit or not.
Well, we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. We assume.
Yeah.
We assume, and we hope that when we assume, we're correct.
Right, right.
But it doesn't mean, it doesn't mean that. Hold on.
And they also did like dope bases for this one. Like, don't you get like a Rocky display for either one of them? Like,
Yeah, you do. The bases are like little rocks. Where are they? There they go.
yeah, so that's always cool. I mean, like that might be a reuse. I don't know if it is or not.
No, it looks like the Obi-Wan, one of the.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it looks like the Obi-Wan rock display,
Yeah.
but it's probably just painted differently, different paint applications. But dude, the helmeted look at that sick picture in the front, the light up eyes.
Yeah, no, let me go back. Yeah, I'm not done. I'm not done. We gotta figure out. We gotta show look at that. How sick is that?
Dude, and look at the poses they're throwing them in right there.
Look at the legs. Look at the articulation.
No problems with the exosuit whatsoever. It almost like it looks like the exosuit is free floating in some pieces right there on the back part of the shoulders, but most of it is on the suit itself, on the fabric suit undersuit. So it's like the way that they made this, the way they've constructed this, I don't think you're gonna have any problems like you were talking about versus third parties.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Look at that. Look at that.
That's awesome, man.
When I get them, I'm gonna display them just like this. I don't need to see their faces. They're gonna be just like this. The red one, look at that.
That's so dope.
The red one and the blue one. This is Tyler. Let's go to Johnson. Where's Johnson?
It almost makes me want to watch the movie now, like just seeing the figures. Like it's probably got to be a really good movie.
Look at this. Look at the red eyes.
That's awesome.
Look at that.
That looks bad.
Tell me this doesn't look like a Star Wars figure.
It does in a way. It almost almost reminds me also of the Vulture's helmet.
Yes. Those eyes. The eyes.
Yeah.
The very round circular eyes. Yep.
And the gun, look at the gun. Look at all the details in the gun.
Yeah, it looks dirty. Look how dirty it looks here.
And a lot of those pieces probably move. And it does look at that. His flashlight lights up there on the side of on his shoulder.
This one?
Yeah, it looks like that's a light up flashlight or something.
No, it looks. I mean, that would be cool, but I don't think so. It's too small to be a light. I mean, that would be amazing, though. Imagine.
Yeah, that would be tiny. That is tiny though, but man, it looks very bright. I don't know, it's weird.
No, it could. I'm telling you, I don't put it past them to give us. See, right here looks lit.
It does look lit, but how are they gonna get that lit? How do they light that?
Well, same thing. How they light up an Iron Man body. They run a line through You know what I mean? It's same.
Right.
Same.
Yeah, that's probably part of the head sculpt.
Yeah, that's
Skull
not
one piece.
that's not a big deal.
Dope,
But no,
man.
these
I'm
are
digging it. I
really.
would like these weren't even like they were, but they weren't on my radar. Like I was just
Oh
like,
no, I'm getting them. I just remember those were the ones I
they
didn't
look sick.
pre-order because I was like, there's really no need. There's no need to do to pre-order that at all. Because I was like, there's gonna be, I could guarantee. And again, if I miss out, I miss out. It is what it is. What am I gonna do? Cry about it?
You can't get them all, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm gonna, but look at this. Did we talk about this? I don't think we did.
We didn't.
So, guys, my God, this thing.
Sick.
So I got the original. I showed it to you guys previously, and I have the original RoboCop 3 from Hot Toys. Okay, this is obviously diecast. This is going to be completely, bigger than the other one,
Oh, yeah.
more detailed than the other one. This thing is beautiful. Okay. Did you order any of the old RoboCops? No.
I did not. I think that was before I got into collecting Hot Toys, and it was always a Hot Toy that I was like, dang, I might go back to get, but I never got around to it. And look,
But do you like the RoboCop figures?
Oh yeah. RoboCop is dope, man. The movies are awesome. The only thing though is I don't think it was Peter Weller that was in part
It
3,
wasn't.
was it?
It wasn't.
And
And I
this
learned
looks
that.
like his face.
No, because the actor looked like him, but because you never saw his actual face in the movie, you never knew.
Right.
But he looks like under the helmet, it was just like it. And like I said, I always thought it was the same actor for all 3.
Right.
And I found out that for the 3rd one, it wasn't. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm so shocked that it wasn't, but he looks exactly the same.
Dude, like it's all diecast. So wait, the original was the original diecast at all?
Plastic, straight plastic.
Yeah, man. I don't even know. Like this is gonna feel super different compared to that one. I mean, you'll have to let me know when you get that in hand, Fab. But this guy's gonna be beefy. I think he's gonna be sturdy.
Look at Thule's comment.
You can cry live. Dude, the comments, man. Keep it up.
You're too kind.
Hit the like button, guys. You guys are entertaining.
No, Commander Crook, the jetpack is. I mean, if you don't have the first 2 releases, then obviously you're going to display it as a regular original RoboCop. But let me tell you, that jetpack is a big deal. Let me show you guys, for those who haven't seen the original Hot Toys one, RoboCop 3 Hot Toys.
Yeah, man, this is a must buy I think for most people that are into that 80s 90s nostalgia. Like RoboCop, cult classic, man. You can't go wrong with that. Movies are awesome. And I think it comes with a die-cast pistol as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if the original release came with a die-cast pistol.
Yeah, the original came with 2 guns.
But one die-cast?
Plastic, one very light plastic, and then one super heavy die-cast one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so look, this was the original. And again, this is why I love my collection. This is why I don't sell anything, because I love being able to compare things and show you guys the difference between, old figures and new figures. All right, 808, thank you for coming, my friend. So look, let me make this big screen.
Amazing.
Look at that.
That figure.
Look at the detail in the face. It's like nothing compared to what it looks like now.
No, it looks so much different.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the jet. So for you guys who say, you don't need the jetpack, yeah, if you don't have the original 2, absolutely, you're going to display it the regular way. But with the, hold on, this leg fell out. But with the, but if you have the original 2 and you're missing the 3rd one, obviously you're gonna want the what do you call it? The jetpack, because that's what differentiates between, the first one, the second one, and the 3rd one. because the only time you saw the jetpack was on the third movie. It was in the third movie. Look at that thing.
That looks sick too, man. And when did this? How many years has it been?
God, I've had this for at least 9 years. At least 9 years. Look at that. Look at the gun.
So dope.
See, look at the pistol.
Wow.
Look at the arm for the jetpack.
So sick, man.
Even back then, look at the detail on these things.
Like, even if it wasn't diecast and they re-released it with an updated body, I think it's still
absolutely, absolutely. They give you, because like I said, this figure compared to the new one's going to be way taller because the reissues of the first movie and the one in the chair and the one with, of him being all battle damaged.
Right.
They're taller than this. They're way taller than this. But if they never made this, if they never reissued this, I would have been perfectly happy keeping this. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's still an amazing figure.
See, this is the inside of the jetpack arm.
Wow.
The detail's crazy.
Like, the detail's crazy. They've been doing it. They've been.
That's why I'm telling you, whoever thinks Hot Toys is, Hot Toys this, Hot Toys that, believe me, you don't know what you're talking about because Hot Toys is not going anywhere. Look at the gun opening, how you the holster for the leg. So this pops open forward,
Panels.
and then this opens to the side, and the gun goes in there.
Wow.
Let me see.
Amazing.
Look at that. So it goes right in there.
The way they do it,
No, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hot Toys has been, and again, Hot Toys, even at its worst, was the best of the best.
Right. Yeah. Like, their innovation is just always going to be better than most companies, it seems like.
Nobody, I don't care who you are. In the long run, nobody comes anywhere near close to what do you call it? Close to Hot Toys. Never in a million years. And that's why, I always, and I talk to you guys about this all the time. There is absolutely no way that a company is going to come out of nowhere. Yeah, there can be the best in the world with statues. That's fine. But a statue is not a 1/6 scale figure.
Right.
So it's a completely different world. It's like saying that what do you call it? That McDonald's is going to get into motorcycles. It's two different worlds. McDonald's. You could say McDonald's is the best fast food out there, but it's not a motorcycle company. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's a different world, and so I will. And I will say this to you guys as well. I will always support Hot Toys first and foremost. They're not really too keen on being too, what's the word? Not friendly, but being too out there with their community, with their customers. Like, for example, InArt has the one guy, John, constantly appearing on people's channels, to talk about their figures, which it's a very, very smart thing to do if you know that, you're going to be talking to your fan base and your future customers about your future plans for the company. So that's very smart. I feel like, though, Hot Toys knows that they don't need to do that because they're already number one and they're king, and they don't need to, you know what I mean? They don't need to show or prove anything to anybody.
Right.
And if they do need to prove anything to anybody, it's through their work and through their figures, and they do it every time.
Right.
So I think that's why I think they don't really need to be out with the community and talking to us and having somebody, send somebody out to, to talk to us about this, about that, because again, I don't feel like they need to. And not only that, but it's gotten to the point now where you complain, enough about something that Hot Toys is doing, whether it's with a head sculpt, whether it's with a body, or and they're changing it for you.
Right, they fix it.
Exactly, they're fixing it now. So, it's not like they really need to they really need to be in your face about, here is blah 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 from Hot Toys today. What are you going to talk about? They don't really need to do that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they've made a footprint in the community. Obviously there are communities due to Hot Toys and Hot Toys only.
Right.
There are groups that are Hot Toys only. So I feel like they know their place in the game. I feel like they don't need to cater to the people to pretty much and I don't mean this in a bad way, but to kiss anybody's ass to get sales. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say that's a good point that you point that out. Like from these other companies, is that like their other way of meeting in the middle if their product doesn't, meet the demand like they say it will? Like that's something that we still do not know yet. Like Hot Toys doesn't have to do that. They've already showed that in their work, like you said. So
well, I mean, my thing is, so again, I'm not anti-in-art by any means.
Correct.
I'm not at all. There's nothing that, I hate in-art and I love Hot Toys. Absolutely not. Competition is always great. It makes Hot Toys, wake up and give us better things. So it's not about hating in-art or anything like that. It has nothing to do with any of that. The guy, John, who I've met a couple times personally through streams, nicest guy.
He's super cool.
Nicest guy you could talk to. So it's not about that. But what they're doing, it has to be done on their part because it's a new company that needs to get a buzz going. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's no better buzz than to send somebody representing the company to talk about their product. You know what I mean? To answer any question. And he doesn't answer every question because a lot of the times he doesn't even know the answer to the question. Right. So that's another negative thing about that. A lot of the community has, different questions about this and this. Oh, I don't know. I'll get back to you. It's not that they're hiding anything. It's just he's not prepared for the questions that are being asked. You know what I mean? So it's not against him as a person. It's not, against the company or that they're hiding. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because it has nothing to do with that. But it's things that people need to realize and understand that if you're going to come into a community, okay, and try to compete with the top dog, which is Hot Toys, you have to come prepared. You have to be ready to, and to a certain extent, sending John out as a representative and him not being prepared doesn't do justice to the company because they should send out somebody who knows everything that's going on with the company. You know what I mean? Literally, there should be, if you're trying to make a good impression on your buyers, on your future buyers, on your future fan base, and somebody has a question and your answer is, "Oh, I don't know, I'll get back to you." That doesn't really, and again, it's not because you're hiding. It has nothing to do with that. But come prepared. Because if you come prepared, that's even an extra.
It's snappy. It's like, oh wow, so they're right.
An extra bonus point because wow, they answered every question. They didn't leave us hanging with anything.
Right.
They don't. They didn't come here to show up as just to show face as here we are in the community, but we don't really know anything about what's going on. You know what I mean? So again, nothing. I'm not talking bad about them at all. All competition is welcome. I hope that everything they make is a hit because it's only going to be better for all of us. Yes. The only thing that I complain about is those prices. You don't come out with brand new figures out of nowhere at those prices. I guess that their excuse is, well, they're licensed. But, you have, for example, and again, being licensed is completely a different world than unlicensed. I understand that. But you have a company like So Toys, right? For example, So Toys is not perfect by any means. They've been known to steal people's work. They've been known to steal people's, head sculpts, and then they make them themselves. They recast them and they sell them as their own. That's very well known. If you don't know about that, you're learning about it right now. It's been very well documented, that they do that. So that's number one. Number two. Their price point. Yes, their stuff is unlicensed, but the work that they do is incredible.
For third party, yeah, it is.
For third party, if they were licensed, they would be right below Hot Toys.
Yeah.
1,000%. I could bet money on all of it that they would be right below Hot Toys, and the only reason why is because Hot Toys has them beat, by decades. But the work that they do, impeccable. Those head sculpts. I don't know if you guys saw the what do you call it? The Watchmen figures that they're coming out with. Amazing. I don't know if you guys saw the Kingpin that they showed. Amazing. I don't know if you guys saw what was the other figure that they came out with. Uh, they've come out with a few figures. Their Robin Nightwing figure, their Robin figure, all of those figures from the DC line. They've all been beautiful pieces of work. Beautiful, the clothing, the head sculpts, the accessories. Bases. They're whatever. It's nobody. I don't care about bases, so it doesn't bother me. Whatever they give us. I wish they were all. I wish every company was uniform with the bases, so everything goes well together.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they give you a big one, sometimes they give you a small one, sometimes they give you an oval one, sometimes they give you a rectangular one, sometimes they give you an octagon, sometimes they give you a hexagon. It's all over the place. So and they change up according to whatever the figure, whatever they decide. It is what it is. But that company and their work, amazing. No complaints about their work whatsoever. The outfits, the suits that they use, everything they make has been top notch for a while. Right below them, you have Toys Era. Again, unlicensed, but the prices, and again, I get it. I get you're going to charge more for license. I get it. But Hot Toys is licensed, and you got that Batman figure, the entire deluxe pack with everything, the light and the bat, the flying suit and all that stuff, $500. With in art, $1,000 for the Bruce Wayne rooted, the Batman, and you get something. Oh, and the light, right? You get the light as well.
Yeah, you get I think you get the bat signal as well.
The bat signal, $1,000. Yeah, it's licensed, but so is Hot Toys. What's the difference there? The rooted hair is an extra $500 for two figures? I don't think so.
Yeah, that doesn't move me for an
right. And that's why I don't know. Again, personal preference. You like rooted. You're going to be combing hair. You like playing with hair. That's your choice. That's your there's nothing wrong with it. I personally would rather not, because over time, that hair is going to get dry. That hair's going to look the same. That hair's going to change. So it's not going to look as appealing as it does in the pictures when you're looking at them. So that's gonna you have to remember that as well.
Right.
So that's the only complaints I have about what do you think about that company? Like your own thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know. I was there. I've been there since we've all seen In Art launch, I guess, and it kind of took me by surprise because I was like, oh man, like Hot Toys is doing this, and now In Art is coming out of nowhere and just launching their 6-scale line, and I didn't know what to think, man. Like I was just feeling them out, honestly, but I think overall I'm not too happy about the price range versus a Hot Toy. But they're saying that, they're going to be highly, detailed, and the bodies are going to have articulation, but it's kind of a surprise, and we don't know how much articulation they have. So there's just a lot of things that I think that we have to wait and see. But Queen Studios, they are amazing with their statues. They do really good with their statue games. So they're not like an unknown company. They're not like brand new. They're just launching a 6-scale line and getting into 1/6 scale. So it's just something that I think we have to wait and see. But certain things, like me and you, Fab, we've talked, like for that Batman, the different tiers that you can get for them, like some of those accessories, like they're giving us paper accessories, and also for that that if they tweaked that and kept the price point the same and did like highly detailed accessories, like a lot of paint, different layers. That is where I think, okay, then they have something that they can maybe have leverage on, because that's something that I think Hot Toys is hit or miss on, is with the accessories. And before, I think they're getting better with their accessories and stuff like that now, but they can be hit or miss with that. Like that, the Hot Toys, the accessory,
Pennywise.
the Pennywise, yeah, it came with the floating boat, I believe, right? But InArt came with a paper one or something like that. And that's just kind of the stuff that I mean. Like, if they kind of would combat them in certain things, then maybe I would understand the competition a little bit better. But us seeing a picture of a forearm of Joker and saying that it's going to be magnetic at the forearm, and you saying that there's going to be a lot of articulation compared to Hot Toys, you got to know what your market, like who your consumers are, and you're really focusing on people that I think want to articulate their bodies more. So that's all. I mean, I'm very happy to see, like you said, the competition is always good, and other companies coming in and trying to do different things is good for us as collectors, because at the end of the day, we are going to see innovation between companies, and we're going to see all these companies do different things. Does it mean maybe Hot Toys is jumping it now and maybe speeding up their innovation? It could be, but I don't think that they're really scared or affected by InArt in any way. I think Hot Toys has solidified themselves as a company in what they do in 1/6. I don't think they're just worried about a company that's coming out of nowhere and launching a 1/6 line. Hot Toys, this is not their first rodeo, and this is not their first, let's say, battle with another company. There's probably been multiple times where a third party company like Toys R Us, So Toys has, come out or maybe announced a figure that Hot Toys announces, and you're like, oh wait, are they just doing that to kind of go against with sales just because it's cheaper? And so it's a lot of things. But I think Hot Toys is well aware of the community. I think they're listening very consciously, and I think they're being mindful, and I think they're just ever so slightly tweaking each their releases and announcements to go against that.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I forgot about those paper accessories. Like, what the hell, man? Like,
that's the only thing. I mean, like, it's
cheap.
It's 1,000 something. And is that the top tier one? Like, which is the top one? Is
that one, $1,000 for the two figures rooted, and then the bat signal. Yeah, and again, it's all these little paper accessories for Pennywise as well. It's all these little paper things. Like, why the paper stuff? Like,
as a collector,
if you're charging all this money, why are you giving us paper?
Yeah, as a collector, I don't think most people are going to use those accessories as well either. I mean, if you're like a true Pennywise fan, you might hang it up because it comes with like the map of what is it? Is it Derry? I forget the name of the town, but I think it comes with a map of the town or something like that from the movie, and like that's cool and all, but that's only specific to people if they're really into Pennywise or a release that comes out like that. But I think InArt should be doing their due diligence on certain things. Like, okay, if you guys are already telling us that you are making super realistic, lifelike figures, then all right, you guys, like, we have no other choice as a consumer but to wait and see when the figures and the products in front of us. So we're just going off of what they're saying. But when we are seeing these announcements and seeing the visual things that we're getting with these packs, us seeing paper accessories are like, well, wow, like that's somebody just cut that up with like the extra construction paper that was laying around. Like, you know what I mean?
Especially when you see what Hot Toys is giving us as accessories every time.
Absolutely. Like, that's what, if InArt would like Hot Toys is giving us, like, let's just make, for example, right now, Valkyrie with the portable speaker and the dagger and her sword, Dragonhorn. Those are all sculpted pieces. Those are all sculpted pieces. They all have layers of paint. They all have washes over them. You know, they have pitting. They all have all of that stuff. So when you're seeing accessories like that for a price point of $260 to $300 versus something that's $1,000 and you have nothing to put it, you have nothing to compare it to, and they're throwing in paper products, like, get out of here. Like, I don't know, I just that if we would have had a figure already by InArt and then maybe had like accessories like that, then maybe it wouldn't have been a big deal. But I think that's the biggest thing in the community right now. We don't have it in hand. We don't know.
That's the thing. Yep.
And
And
I'm not slandering or bashing Queen Studios or InArt whatsoever, because I'm also in for the Joker 2-pack, and I think they really broke the internet right there for the 1/6 community when they announced that. Like, they know that a lot of people, including me, the DX, I think it was the DX 11, I believe, is the Joker. That's like a grail piece for me. Like, I really wanted that. Like, and it's super expensive. That's a risk in itself. It's a figure that's been on the market for a while. To have something that's sealed and new, you don't know if you're going to get something with the same quality as when it released. So that Joker, yeah, man, if it's a knockout of the park, I'm going to be very happy. It's a great looking figure.
no, that's the thing. We're hoping for the best. Everybody's hoping for the best. And again, we're hoping for the best, not to expect InArt to dethrone Hot Toys by any means. It has
Right.
nothing to do with that. We're hoping for the best because we can have two companies, two top-notch companies giving us figures. Hopefully they won't be doing the same thing, because who wants the same thing from two different companies? But hopefully they're great, because, for example, myself, I got the Batman from Hot Toys. I'm not getting the Batman from InArt. But if they come out with, for example, just an example, a Riddler from InArt that Hot Toys is not making, it'll go great. Yeah, it'll go great with the Batman from Hot. So things like that is what I'm looking for. Even if they do make it, it'll be completely different in a Hot Toys. It's gonna look like and stuff. But that's what I mean. Different takes on different figures, and not get the same stuff from both companies, because that's creating real competition. And at those prices within art, I don't think that many people are going to be buying that over Hot Toys.
Absolutely. And that's the other thing. It's kind of weird as a business tactic that they're releasing stuff that Hot Toys still has on the market right now, or is fresh. Like, the Batman, that was the new movie. So obviously most companies are going to come out with their version of the Batman, but come out with something that Hot Toys isn't doing. You know what I mean? Come out with an IP that Hot Toys hasn't brought around in a while. Like, let's just figuratively speak. Let's think about, what if, for instance, InArt announced a RoboCop before we seen that Hot Toys RoboCop. That to me, like, that would have been crazy, because nobody was thinking that we were going to see a re-release of a RoboCop. Now, granted, it's out now. You want the Hot Toys version. I think most people do, but that's an example right there. Like, they should be coming out with stuff, or relaunching stuff that nobody's thinking about right now. Like Ghostbusters, do it. I'm all in. If they do a whole line of Ghostbusters, that would be sick, man.
And I think because a lot of people missed out on who made that 3-0?
3-0, and that's
3-0.
I would love to get those.
3-0 made that line. I missed out on that line. I think if somebody comes out with that line, they'll sell out again, because don't forget the Ecto 1 from what's the new movie called? Ghostbusters. The second one. Oh my God.
Dang.
Ghostbusters. Somebody in the chat knows. Ghostbusters, whatever it's called. The Ecto one from that movie is coming out. So if they were to remake or re-release or make the Ghostbusters from that movie, forget it.
It's over.
It's over. So that's what we want. That we want, different figures from different lines, not the same thing from the same stuff.
Right. Or even all like pop culture stuff. Like they could do TV shows that like people are really into. They could do series like that.
Masters of the Universe,
Dude,
Thundercats, Silverhawks.
They could do Thundercats. Like imagine if they did a Thundercats line. Crazy.
Like no, and now with the types of bodies, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, with all that stuff, we could get really, really Mortal Kombat. I don't know. Be awesome. Let me tell you something. I don't know why Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter have not been made by now. I don't know who is preventing those figures from being made. I know what's that? Storm Collectibles is making 6-scale Mortal Kombat. The figures look terrible. They're not. I don't picture Mortal Kombat to look like that at all. I want Mortal Kombat to look like Mortal Kombat, not these weird colored ninjas with like these crazy joints at the elbow. Like absolutely not. Like you have to do justice for that line. That line deserves better than that. And it's such a classic line. Same thing with Street Fighter. We have yet to see a good company. Yeah, they got some Ryu's here and there, like some random companies making, but they're not doing the full line. They're not doing what at least the basic 8 characters. You know what I mean? Like the first 8. Obviously, you could go on forever now, but
Scorpion, Sub-Zero, like
come on, like do something like that. But that's it is what it is.
That's one thing that I am surprised about. Like since I've gotten into collecting, like Hot Toys, I don't know why they haven't stepped foot into like the video game thing. I mean, it's the realism thing, I guess. Like there's not many. Like, dude, for me, if they made Last of Us Hot Toys, absolutely, I'm getting every single thing from that line. Like The Last of Us is such a great game.
There's a third-party company making them.
Who?
I don't remember if it was.
I feel like I've seen.
No, they have. They have from years ago because the first game came out years ago.
Right.
And I remember seeing that little girl being sold. I remember the guy being made. And again, I never played the game, so I don't know anything about it. But I've seen pictures and shit. And I saw that, they've made a couple of versions of the guy, a couple of versions of the girl. I want to say it was either SW Toys or I'm not going to say Damn Toys because Damn Toys makes the Resident Evil line. So I don't think it was
Those are nice too.
Yeah, the Resident Evil. I'm glad that somebody made, because Hot Toys made Resident Evil years ago.
Really?
I have all of them.
Oh, man.
I have all of the Hot Toys Resident Evil ones. Except Leon, the brown jacket version Leon, which you cannot get for less than $1,000. And those jackets by now are gone, like flaked to death.
Wow.
And I think that, and Jack Krauser, I think. I'm missing the regular version because they came out with 2 versions, the evil version and the regular version. I'm missing the regular version with the Beretta hat that he has, and I think that's it. Everything else I have, but yeah, they made them too. Hot Toys, I'm telling you, Hot Toys used to be involved in all this stuff.
Dude, if Hot Toys made a 6-scale Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, dude, I swear.
Yeah, no, they didn't. A third party made them a long time ago, and I didn't get them. The thing was humongous, and I was like,
he would be huge.
And I was like, no, I'm not getting that. I just got the X? What's his name? The big guy with the hat. Something X.
Dang. Wow, I just literally forgot his name now.
I forget his name, but it's something X. I have him.
Mr. X, is it Mr. X?
Yeah, Mr. X.
Mr. X.
And I have him. So I love Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2. I never even played Resident Evil 1. I went right to PlayStation 2. Was Resident Evil 2? I remember. And let me tell you something.
They're so fun.
Oh man, I was 15, 16 years old when that video game came out, and I remember telling my sisters, it's like, how can you, especially at night. During the day, I didn't care, but at night, I'd be like, can you sit with me and watch me play? Just because I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be alone when it was dark out with.
Yo, dude.
Hell no! I never knew where it was coming from. I never knew what the hell was gonna shoot out of a door. I don't know which crows, which zombies, which dogs. I didn't know what was gonna pop out at any moment. But I was like, you know what? I was like, there's no way. I am not playing that by myself. But yeah, no, those are good, really, really good games. But you have anything else to add?
Nah, man.
All right, so tell everybody where they can find you. Give them your social media, your channel.
Yeah, guys. So you guys can find me on Instagram at _House of Collectibles, and also you guys can click my link there as well. My YouTube is linked there as well, and it's the House of Collectibles. But yeah, guys, just come join me, subscribe, like, and follow me. I'm going to be putting up content very soon of unboxings. I'm going to be doing reviews. Hopefully I'm going to be joining Fab in the future with more streams like this, so we can talk more about the latest news and latest announcements. And yeah, man, I'm going to be doing my thing.
All right, man. Thanks for being here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Down the entire time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for staying here. Bobby Ray, I messaged you. Check your Facebook Messenger. You left me hanging. Thank you for being here. I just noticed you got here. Again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.